Okay. Okay. It's going down, and we do it just like this way. How you feeling now? And you know how it's going down. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Yes, it is, y'all. Yes, it is. You know how it go. Everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right Saturday morning. And everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. We build ourselves up. Yeah. So this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. By the way, I want to welcome all of y'all to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. This morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we talk about the kind of jealousy that is acceptable and the kind of jealousy that isn't. Now, I think that it's safe to say that we probably accept some form of jealousy in our lives from somebody at some point in our lives. We may think, some of us may think that it's cute. Some of us may think that it's necessary. Some of us may really have a lot of contempt for it, but we understand how it goes and how it's placed. But the type of jealousy that we accept can be different from person to person. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to take a little look at our tendency to be jealous and how far we might go with it and how much somebody else may accept it and how far somebody else may try to push the envelope of jealousy towards us and whether we accept that or not. So sometimes it might be okay. Like in the case of spouses, if you're married to somebody or you're going with somebody and it's a serious relationship, you may find no fault with being a little jealous of them, or jealous over them. It always confused me about how to say that. Are you jealous of a person when you don't want somebody else to have them, or is that jealous over them? I've heard it put both ways. I'm not sure which way is right, but we're going to find out today. We're going to take that thinking all the way into the night, and everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. Are you jealous? Everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. Would you let it show? Because that's what separates one of us from the other one. Does it show? Do we show our hand when we feel in some kind of way? Jealousy means when you want to take something from somebody that they have and have it for yourself without them having it anymore. That's a little different from what envy is, but we can get into that, and we'll probably have a little bit of dispute over how that plays out. What's going on, my man, Uptown Roy? Uptown Roy, Mount Airy is all up in the house. What's going on, my brother? That's my baby brother right there, man. I miss you. Haven't laid eyes on you in at least 8 years. Last time I did comedy on stage when you were there had to be 2013. So what's up, my man? Good to see me some you. And what's up to my people, Stacy White, holding it down for the D. How you feeling? And my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. I said my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming on through. You know how me and you do. No doubt. And T carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always good to have my peoples going directly in your sight. So this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, let's get it popping. Hold on. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. And this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single weekend from 11 a.m. till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is Saturday. And I'm feeling like a real man should. And I hope that you are too. I am your host, Sun 752, a.k.a. Omar with the... And if you can't say Omar with the... Well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, bust it up. Go back and forth with each other all crazy. We play on the monkey bars, the swings, and we push each other up the sliding board. We play in the sandbox and on the merry-go-round. We try to take an introspective look into our own behavior and try to figure out how we fit, how this thing called the universe fits into this thing called life, and how we fit into that thing. How you living, baby? How you living? How you living? How you living? How you living? Everything is all right. It's like Thanksgiving. Everything is going to be okay. We're talking about jealousy today. What forms of jealousy are acceptable to you, and what forms of jealousy aren't acceptable to you? Like I said, like I started to say before I did the intro, we may accept in a spousal situation or in a serious relationship situation that it's okay to be a little bit jealous. I mean, you know, if I belong to you and you belong to me, we probably agree on that, which basically means that there's no infidelity. There are no outside influences that are coming into this house and is going to take your time away from me and my time away from you. Do you understand? Do you know what I'm talking about? This is an easy one. So from the time that we are small and we start having little girlfriends and boyfriends, from the time that we are little, be like, well, you are mine. You belong to me. And we might even see kids doing that. You know, here they are 7, 8 years old talking about something. That's my girlfriend. That's mine. And we think it's cute. And at the time it is cute. We don't realize that it's indicative of negative behavior that may grow into something really serious and dangerous as an adult. Jealousy in and of itself is a very negative emotion. There's really no way around that. I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat that. Jealousy is not what I would call a good thing. It's a real thing, though. It's very, very rare. It's rare, side. You know what I'm saying? The thing is rare. So, you know, taking it for the reality that it represents is something that we all will be faced with at some point. What's up, Queen Matu Mayini, Queen Monica Davis, and Rita? What up, Rita? What's going on? How you feeling? Good to see you, some of you, man. So, and Tony Starks, what's going on, my brother? So, yeah. So, we're in a girlfriend, boyfriend, serious relationship, or marriage, or whatever. Yeah, that's my wife. That's even sanctioned by the state. There are laws that support that. Yeah, that's my wife. Mine. That's my husband. Mine. Doesn't sound like a bad way to be or a bad thing to understand. How far does this whole possessive thing in terms of jealousy go? Are you okay with everything that comes with it? So if it's one of those things where you are mine and I am yours, as long as it stays in the emotional realm, as far as love and affection and attention is concerned, that'll probably be okay with most of us. We will accept that form of jealousy. Yeah, because most of us are not going to accept that. Well, yeah, you are mine and I'm yours, but it's okay if somebody else takes away your time and your energy and even physical parts of you. So I might accept that form of jealousy is okay if my girl tells me, no, I don't want other women talking to you in a way that is going to be geared towards hooking up with them. I don't want you kissing on nobody. I don't even really want you hugging. If you want to hug them, give them the church hug and make sure I ain't around when it goes down. You know, that type of shit. Definitely no having sex with nobody else. And I don't want you telling nobody else that you love them in that type of way. You can tell them that you have love for them, but I don't want you telling them that you love them, like on a romantic, in the romantic sense. And although I may understand that you have had loves before me, maybe I don't really understand all that much. I might understand that whatever happened with you in the past needs to stay there. Let it stay right there. We don't have to deal with that. I don't want to have to think about you putting your arms, hands, arm, legs, mouth, and the middle parts. I don't want to think about you sharing that with somebody else. That form of jealousy may be okay, but how far can it go? As we know, and as we may have encountered, what's going on, Carol Chamber? Let me favorita. As we may have all encountered at some point in our lives, we may have dealt with somebody who was jealous and possessive at the same time. Remember, jealousy is when you see something that somebody else has and you want to take that from them. You want them not to have it and you want to have it all for yourself. That's why jealousy can be so destructive. It's not a sharing emotion. No, you're not practicing jealousy when you want what somebody else has and you don't want them and you don't mind them having it too. You're jealous when you want to take from them. Like, look, like, yo, such and such got a nice car. I need that car. They don't deserve that car. They don't need that car. I need it and I deserve it more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange for that car to be stolen from them. What Ice Cube said, now your rings is my rings. So that's jealousy. Now, when we talk about the kind of jealousy that we will accept, we may know that certain people that are around us are jealous-hearted type of people. We probably know that. You know, we did a show before about being jealous-hearted, because jealous-hearted and being straight up jealous are a little bit different. Sometimes being jealous-hearted can be worse. Sometimes it can be a little bit better, because you might be jealous-hearted. In other words, you are congratulatory towards somebody for whatever accomplishments that they may have or the way that they look or whatever is going on with them. But at the same time, you're like, well, if they didn't have those things no more, it would be deserved. They'd be like, that's what they get because they ain't work for it. They don't really need it. And they don't appreciate it. And it would be better. It would be better served with somebody like me. So that's jealous-hearted. But when you're straight up jealous, we may accept people who we know are jealous of us, because we figure, well, even though they are the jealous type of person, they don't always bestow that upon us. And we might be just so used to being around people who are jealous like that and make it sound like it's okay that we make it sound like it's okay. Like, that's just par for the course. I know that if I go out and get a new car, then certain people in my circle, they're going to make an excuse to go get a new car. If I move into a new house, guess what? Some real estate agents are going to start getting a call. If I fix up my crib, other people are going to start fixing up their crib. That type of shit. If I get a new living room set, if I go on vacation to a place that we don't normally go, airline tickets are going to start getting booked. Travel agents are going to start getting them calls. We see it. Some people don't hide it, but we may accept that because we figure, well, you know, when you see somebody doing something good or having something nice, why wouldn't you want it? Why wouldn't you want it too? As long as you're not trying to take it away from them, but you don't know what's going on deep inside of a person's mind. Now, outright, they may not show that they want to take yours away from you, but you don't know what's going on with them internally. You might not know that on the low, they've been plotting your demise, but you may be so used to that because it might be you too. That may be normal behavior for you and yours. That might be something that you don't really frown that much upon. Maybe you were brought up to think that that's okay. What's up, Cherry? Cherry is all up in the house. It's Cinderella, Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with fame. It's Cinderella, Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with fame. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones? What's up, my brother Ansel Jones? Be more all up in the house. What's going on, my man? But yeah, so we may accept we may accept people being jealous around us because we may be in that frame of mind. So we accept that. Or we figure, well, they might be jealous, but they ain't going to do nothing about it. They just going to sit around hating until they able to come up. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And what that is probably not something that I would want to be a part of, but we know that it happens. And sometimes we just have to temper our disagreement of somebody's behavior, because it could be somebody close to you that is otherwise a decent person. It ain't like people who are jealous or jealous hearted don't help out other people. It's not like that. They just don't want you to have anything better than they have. That's where the issue comes in. Now, are you offended by that? That's one thing. If you're not offended by that, it's not that much of a big deal. Like some people relish in making other people jealous. You know, like, yo, you hear people talking about it. Like, yo, the haters gonna be bugging when I come through with this new Cadillac, when I come through with the Benz, when I come through with the new BM, when I come through with the Audi with my friends, and y'all going to be on the sidelines, wishing you all could be all in the game, but y'all can't do this. You ain't got enough money. You ain't got enough followers. You ain't got enough fame. Y'all can't hang with the gods and goddesses. Y'all on the other side with these artists. What? Yo. Yeah, you hear people do it all the time. They actually want people to be jealous of them. And these may be the same type of people who complain about people hating on them, people being jealous of them, people, you know, that type of shit. You know how it go? Like, yo, I'm about to go cop this new chain. And with this piece is bigger than Flavor Flav's clock back in the day. Matter of fact, I'm going to go get this new piece bigger than a grandfather clock. This shit bigger than a cuckoo clock. Well, cuckoo clock ain't normally that big, but if it's a grandfather cuckoo clock, cuckoo, 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 dung, cuckoo, dung, cuckoo, dung. What up, sucré, jutois? Sucré, JDX, jutois. Things were coming through. And Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it, Emily. So, yeah. So, we're talking about the types of jealousy that you will accept and the type that you won't. There are going to be types of jealousy that you will accept, and people that you'll accept it from where you won't accept it from other people. Like, as a parent, you might not accept jealousy amongst your kids, because as a parent, you probably try to equalize the things that you do for each child. It's not really all that easy to do. And even when you do it more effectively than other people may have done it, if you have kids if you have a child that requires more attention than the other children do, you know how tough it can be to teach away from being jealous. Some parents don't do too well with it, and they start whooping ass over jealousy. Don't play dumb. Don't act like y'all ain't never seen no parents whoop the children's ass because they may have exhibited some jealous behavior towards the other children. Or they may have gotten on you as a parent for playing favorites. Well, you did this with her. You ain't do this with me. You did this with him. He gets everything. You don't give me no time and attention. And I would also love to mention that you treat me like dirt, and that shit makes me feel bad. It hurts. And I think that you should clean up your game. I would like to hear my name being said for some good things. All you do is put me down. Everything that I do is never good enough for you. And I want this shit to be through. But y'all, those of y'all who have multiple kids, you know, you probably heard it. You did all of this for them and you ain't do nothing for me. Well, sometimes kids will take matters into their own hands and be like, well, mommy gave it to you, but I'm taking it away. And I'm bigger than you, and I slap you in your face. If you tell what I did, if you tell what I said, your blood is going to be red. You heard what I said? Parents may have had to have stepped in and whooped some ass over that shit. And that may not have been the best way to solve the problem. But that form of jealousy from those people who are your children may not have been acceptable for you. That may not have been acceptable to you. Let's see. Hold on. Sucrezi Toi says, I don't think it's jealous to see someone with something that makes you want it. It's jealous when there's resentment that you have it. Well, I was saying earlier that it's jealousy when you see what they have, you want it, and you want them not to have it. That's when it becomes really destructive. And a lot of people feel that way. Like, it's like, all right, yeah, you went out and got the brand new Audi A8. You're blessed. You're blessed enough to be able to afford a brand new Audi A8 or the TT model. In which case, that means you handling pretty big cash. All right, but let's say the Audi 8. Let's see how much a brand new Audi 8 costs. Let's see. What's the manufacturer's suggested retail price for 2021 Audi A8?
The MSRP of 2021 Audi A8 starts from $86,500 US.
Big number. Starting from $86,500 going up to $98,900. That's the MSRP on the Audi 8. It's an expensive car. And it makes sense. It's a very powerful vehicle, very luxurious. You sit in that motherfucker, it's like a plane. Now, anybody who knows, okay, I ain't getting all that. Bottom line is, so you see somebody, you go out and cop, they go out and cop the Audi A8. You come back with an Audi A8. Whatever you had to do to go get it, you did it. Might not be able to afford it, but you did it. Same year. Matter of fact, by next month, or I think it's by May, they come up with the next year. So they got the 2021 that was actually made in 2020. So you went out and got the 2022 Audi A8. Like, it's obvious that you copied off of them. But here's where it gets worse. Because I actually used to hang around with cats who would do this kind of shit. They wouldn't go out and get the exact same car, but they would go out and buy a car that costs more than yours. So I was hanging around cats that did this kind of shit. And I used to be like, I'm not sure if I want to participate in this bullshit. But I was there. And my man that used to do it was so lovable and so fly and so slick with it. You couldn't even be mad at him because he did not hide the fact that he wanted to be better than you. He didn't hide it. Other people might have felt some kind of way about it, but he kind of disarmed you in that way. And he was also a giving type of dude. He was friendly type of, he was very sociable and all of that. But if you went out and got a brand new car, expensive, when he was going out and getting one above, he was going to one up you. You go and get the house, he going to go get the house. Hey, I'm telling you. And it ain't going to be a whole lot of time that passed before he did it either. May he rest in peace. That was my man. But he was about that life. So my thing is, all right, so somebody goes out and gets the exact same car that you got, but they got one better than yours, and they may have gotten it in a different color. So you went out and got the champagne colored one. So they went out and got the rosé. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, hold up. Nigga, you got what? Like, yeah, you know. So depending on your mind frame, you might accept that as being okay. You might not even see that as being a hater. That may be friendly competition to you, especially if it's a situation where you are getting fast money. You know, people with fast money do a whole lot of things, you know, because the money is coming through. When you're the type of person that has to wait 2 weeks to get that check, and you gotta bust your ass in order to get it, and that check is going to be the same check as you got last time, or maybe with some overtime or whatever. But the bottom line is, you might accept that form of jealousy. And trust me, that was a form of jealousy. Sucre says, could have been motivation. Could have been. But couldn't you have been motivated to get a different type? If you go get the same thing I got, like, and we never had that conversation before where it was like, yo, let's see who go get it first. It wasn't none of that conversation. It was like, I went out and got it. You saw me with it. Next thing you know, you got one. I might laugh at that, blow it off like, oh, look at you want to beat me. Oh, come over here. Come sit on my lap, dude. Because I'm your daddy. You see that? Me, father to you. I gave birth to you. So we might accept that. We might not, but we might. Hold on. Let me see what y'all talking about over here. And so says they have to get the grand suite. Okay. Tone coming out with a new, you said 22 more days before my release. Okay, all right, you in Facebook jail. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, instead of hating and being jealous, why can't we uplift each other and certainly try to? And I think that there are times when we do try to uplift, and there's still jealousy within movements that have been geared towards uplifting. Like, you know, Carol, you know the story of the Nation of Islam. Louis Farrakhan, who was Louis X at the time, was very jealous of Malcolm X. I mean, he could say whatever he wants, but his jealousy was showing, especially when Malcolm X fell out of favor with the Nation of Islam. And honestly, it's been reported that he was very instrumental in him falling out of favor with the Nation of Islam. But there were other forms of jealousy in that organization. You're never going to be able to stop jealousy from being present when there's money, fame, and pussy involved. You ain't stopping it. Money, fame, pussy. They don't even have to have all three. All you need is one. Where there's money, there's going to be jealousy. This pie ain't being cut the way that it's supposed to be cut. And even when it is cut even, well, there's no jealousy in that. When the pie is cut even, then it's like, no, it shouldn't be cut even. It shouldn't be cut evenly. I'm doing more. People coming to see me. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Yeah. No. In Russia, they practiced communism for decades, right? That means everybody made the same money. Did that stop jealousy? Think about it. My girl is prettier than yours, or your girl is prettier than mine. Yeah, it sounds good that you should be happy with what you have, but yeah, well, life will become a lot easier if we took on that type of attitude. But check it out. Even when we do try to take on that type of attitude, we say that we're settling. You shouldn't settle in your life. Make sure that y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all hit the like button. Make sure that you share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the R, and we are talking about the types of jealousy that we will accept and the type of jealousy that's acceptable and the type that isn't. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's not that jealous people don't uplift people. They just want to be the man out in front or the woman out in front, the one that's getting all the praise, the one that's getting all the love. That's all. That's all. Yeah, you can be jealous and helpful. I've seen it. I've seen many jealous type of people help other people. If for no other reason, that's a good way to keep from getting called on your jealousy. And you know, jealous people do not like to be called on the fact that they're jealous. Ain't nobody fucking jealous. I mean, why would I hate on you when I have all this? Why would I hate on you? Why would I be jealous of you when I got more than you ever had, more than you'll ever have? You know, you hear? Call a hater a hater. No, because anybody can be a hater. Call a jealous person that's trying to hide their jealousy jealous. Call a jealous person that's trying to hide their jealousy. Call them jealous and see what happens. They're going to let you know. No, the fuck I ain't. They're going to start saying things like, it's just not right the way they. I'm just saying, well, I know some things that you don't know. I remember how they used to be, and I know how I see. I'm not jealous of nobody. I want everybody to succeed. I ain't taking away from nobody. I'ma give everybody what they need. I ain't got a jealous bone in my body. Ain't got a jealous bone in my body. Call a jealous person a jealous person. You're going to definitely have a conversation on your hands. They definitely not going to just be like, yeah, I'm jealous, but I'm saying though. Because they know it's not a positive trait. It's not a good thing to be associated with. So they'll try to do things to keep you from concentrating on noticing that they're jealous. But you're going to notice, but it might be one of those things that you notice and you're okay with. I'll accept that from you, but I won't accept that from them. Okay. Hold on. Just trying to look at some of your comments. And so Jones says, you get a townhouse, they go buy a rancher. Pretty much. See, and even with that, and so they go out and buy a rancher, that's cool. But what you have to concern yourself with more is whether they're hoping that your townhouse burns down. See, that's the problem with jealousy. They want you to not have it anymore. So they might want you to look up to them because you don't have it. They want you to eat, but they want you to only be able to eat because they're feeding you. That's the way jealousy works. And if you accept that type of jealousy, it's going to say a lot about you, because that ain't cool. Yeah, you went out and copped the townhouse. You got the condo, and they went out and bought the penthouse. And they're hoping, I hope that their business goes under and they get in foreclosure. Yo. And when it happens, I'm going to be like, I told you to stop sniffing the cane. I told you to get right with your brain. I told you to pay your child support. I told you out there one day you're going to get caught. I told you. But I'm going to let you come over, spend some time in my crib, but you got to give them a couple of dollars, you know? So, yeah, when you hating on somebody, when you really are hoping that something bad happens to somebody that you have just recently congratulated, yeah, it's going to show. Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. What's going on, Charlene? How you feeling, Charlene? Good to see me. Some you and my big sis, Robin Ming. All up in the place. Good to see me. I'm glad to see your face, even though I only see your like little symbol that says R on it, but it's all good. It's all good. Cherry says, I just had an incident with a young girl. I ignored the disrespect. By the third time I let her have it. She apologized to me the next day, and she was jealous. I'm liked. Oh, she was jealous that I'm liked. I'm almost 50. What the fuck? Oh. She apologized to me that she was jealous. I'm like, I'm almost 50. What the fuck? Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Now, normally that's in reverse, right? Normally, we think it's the old heads that are jealous of the young girls because they out here, you know, their bodies young and tight. And that's what the you know, middle-aged women be saying, you know, these. And I guess we here to hate, like, but she got a nice body, but she ain't have it like me when we. And listen, I've heard mothers say that to their daughters. Like, yeah, you got a pretty nice body, but your shit wasn't like mine when I was your age. I was. Yeah. Are you hating on your daughter to the point where you hope that, you know, you actually encourage her to start getting fat or whatever, you know, like whatever the case may be. You know, maybe you're lonely in your life and she has all these male suitors. Like, see, the thing is, I wasn't no hoe like you is. Be like, Mom, you know you was a hoe. Now you did stop being a hoe, but what we not gonna do is we not gonna act like you didn't do what you did and say what you said, and we not gonna act like I didn't see what I saw, and that such as you can't unmake these dudes come over the crib. They came over the crib. If the walls could talk, the walls would be pregnant them their damn selves, or they would at least have masturbated. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so yeah, that's why jealousy can be such a destructive emotion, because you want to take away what somebody else has. It's more than just hating on them. You want them not to have it, and you want it. Jealous people need to keep people on their side most of the times, because then they're going to get called on their jealousy, and people isolating themselves or separating themselves from you because of your jealousy ain't a good look. Oh, Sucre Jetois says, I would think a better example of jealousy in your example would be that the person took your car or set it up to have it taken. Now you don't have it. Yeah, well, my whole point is, regardless of the example, and I was just talking about it, they're secretly hoping that something happens to yours. Jealousy is when you want to take away. You want what they have, and you also want to take what they have away. It don't work no other way. Envy is when you want what somebody else has, but you don't mind them having it also. You may want yours to be better than theirs, but you don't mind them still having theirs. You may just do some comparison. Jealousy is when you see what they have, you like it, you want it, you want to take that away from them and have it yourself. Some people encourage that. Some people encourage it. You know, people who used to rob people back in the day, stick up kids and all of that. A lot of that involved jealousy. You know, Cass was talking about some, it's hard out here, motherfucker. So you out there taking people's shit. But you knew that a lot of it had to do with jealousy, because when they would take people things, they would say things about it. Like, motherfucker coming around here, with these jewels and shit like that. Like he the shit. You know what I mean? He must not understand how, what's going on out here. So I needed to relieve him of those things. Now, you didn't take, you couldn't have been all that hungry. You didn't take the jewelry and go sell it so that you could feed your family. You took the jewelry and kept it as a souvenir. Like, that's what you get. Yeah, I got your fucking piece. I got your chain and your piece and all of that. But nonetheless, other people, other stick-up kids that rock with the bull might not see a problem in that, because that's the form of jealousy that they accept. Totally acceptable over here. Oh man, I didn't know we had somebody in the chat room over here. Vorpal Bite. I remember you. He says, and the Nation of Islam isn't the actual Islam. Well, I've heard that said many times. But I'll say this. The Nation of Islam has its place. Universal Islam could never have done for Black people what the Nation of Islam did. Like, we needed that knowledge itself. Yeah, they weren't preaching the right type of religious doctrine, but they definitely had a better social plan than Sunni Islam has. No way around that. Vorpal Bite says, I don't think that there is an ounce of jealousy in those Muslims. With them, it's all about obedience. Well, they're people. And trust me, there are more than ounces of jealousy in them. There are pounds and tons of it. They're people. Yeah. There's always jealous. If there's jealousy in the church, that rears his ugly head probably every Sunday. Why would we think that would be exempt from any other religion? There's money involved. He also says those Arab nations have the wealthiest rulers because everything their subjects possesses belongs to the ruler. That's a perspective. He says that goes way past communism. So when I was a child, my sister got all the parents' attention, and I was brutally neglected. I was jealous then. Brutally neglected. I've never heard it put that way. Brutally neglected. So was the abuse? Was it? Would you say that was abuse, because of neglect, or was there actual abuse? And then there was a sort of casting you aside type of thing. And that's an interesting thing that you said. You say you were jealous because your sister got all of the attention. If you were brutally neglected, are you saying that you didn't want your sister to get any attention anymore and you wanted it? Or did you just want to raise your level of attention also? Because if you just wanted equal attention or at least your fair share, then that might not have been jealousy. or that maybe that was the type of jealousy that we may have accepted. Let me see. He also says, 40 years later, my sister still carries the grudge against me. Why would she have a grudge against you if she got all the attention? Okay, I'm 60 years old, and I'll tell you, there is nothing more annoying than those 20-something females. Okay. No reason to be jealous. I am reguised by those bitches. I 100% agree. Nation of Islam definitely superior to actual Islam. I didn't say that. And I don't agree to that. I just think that, certain things have its place. He said, I think I want superior attention. Like she said, so I would be the person on top. You have interesting viewpoints there, Vorpal Bite. Vorpal Bite 3. Interesting. Very interesting. Appreciate your commentary. Something to think about. It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack there. But yeah, like jealousy is when you want to take away what somebody else has and you want it for yourself. Just wanting it for yourself would be closer to what I would call ambition. You see, we have shows like the Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and we don't even need those shows anymore because we have the internet and social media where we can see all types of forms of wealth or just access or we can get whatever we can basically have at our fingertips the visual of whatever we want to see. And if you see a lot of people or some people having a lot and you see all of these people not having as much or anything, it should trigger your ambition to make you want more. It shouldn't necessarily mean that you want something tragic to happen to that person, which takes everything that they have away. That's the destructive part about it. Vorpal Bite also says, Nation of Islam is law-abiding. Actual Islam does not respect Western law. That is what makes the Nation of Islam superior to actual Islam. Well, it depends on how you look at the law. Now, the laws that we have on the books as far as our justice system is concerned is English common law. And English common law was designed to actually be manipulated and cheated. It's not a law, a real law, like a law in science cannot be disputed. Like the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Ain't no way around that. Ain't no way around it. That's a law. Now, when we start talking about English common law, we start talking about the justice system, we see situations where somebody killed somebody or hurt somebody or violated somebody, stole from somebody, and they get off on a technicality. You spelled their name wrong. Now they're free as a bird. Yes, they did what they were accused of, but they're free because somebody made a mistake. So those laws were made. I'm not going to say they were made to be broken, but they definitely aren't concrete enough to be followed by all. They're easily manipulated. Okay, hold on. Okay. TK Wright says, I experience this daily when I'm out and about. Some women my age or younger will think that I'm way younger than them. Make a wait until you get wait until you get into your 40s comment. I smiled and dropped my age. Oh, they thought you was a young thing. They was waiting. They like wait until you get into okay. All right. Well, that's a good thing, right? So did they try to take away your youth and then found out that it was already gone? What you gonna do now? What you gonna do now? TK Wright says they usually try to clown me because of all my tattoos. Then when they find out that I'm older than them or the same age, they don't even try to make me hide. They don't even try to hide their jealousy. That's their jealousy. THEIR, not there. But I agree that the jealousy is there. But what we want to do is we want to change that. I want to fix that. And there were some things going on with the others, but we're not going to nitpick, but we are going to fix that. So we will fix that one, and then up there, I'll see when it says, okay, I see a strange. Okay, all right, no, okay, all right, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Robin Ming says, my oldest daughter is and was jealous of my other two daughters, but she always was the first one to get everything. Well, that's the thing about jealousy. We can't wait for it to make sense. It's a negative emotion. It's negative. And when you start trying to do accounting for negativity, you're going to have a hard time doing it because they don't want it to make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. It's the way you feel. And sometimes the way that you feel is indescribable. So it's like it's one of those it is what it is moments. Okay. Vorpal says, when I saw, okay. Wait a minute. He says, my sister still carries the grudge because 20 years after our parents' passing, she feels I am not entitled to my inheritance, and she hires lawyers to try to take it from me. Wow. So now she's the jealous one, huh? Lordy. And he says, when I saw Western law, I mean all nations, not just corrupt American system. For instance, in the Western world, murder is a crime. In actual Islam, murder is not a crime. No, murder is always a crime. Killing is not always a crime. There's a difference between murder and killing. Like in the Bible, it says, thou shalt not kill. It should probably say thou shalt not murder, because then you have the mental element that comes along with killing somebody. It's premeditated. That's what qualifies something for being a murder. A murder, you're charged with murder in law when you had options other than to kill, but you chose the option to kill. So it's murder. Like you get out there, if you go somewhere with a friend, you just went out to have a good time, and somebody threatened your life, or you got into a fight with somebody, and you managed to get to your car and get the gun that you had and you shot him. That's not necessarily going to bring up a charge of murder, because you didn't go out that night with the intentions of killing somebody. But of course, you're going to have to answer questions about, well, why did you have the gun in your car and blah, 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 blah. But that's not going to automatically qualify you for a murder charge. But when it's a situation where y'all was fighting, y'all had a fist fight, and you lost the fist fight, and you said, all right, fuck that. You went home, got the gun, came back and smoked that nigga. Now, guess what you got? Murder. So that's why we have the manslaughter thing and with the homicide. There's a difference. The mental element has to be present in order for there to be murder. Now, that fact should make you ask, how is it that nations strategically target the places where they're going to bomb, shoot, and attack, and it's not called murder? You looked on the map, you saw what damage you could do, you knew how many people were in the area, and that's where you dropped the bombs. That's premeditated as fuck. But okay, you say Surah 8 verse 12. Okay. Oh, Surah 9 verse 5 and Surah 8 verse 12. He says a Muslim father can drag his daughter into the street and shoot her in the head, and it's perfectly acceptable. It is called honor in killing, and it's not against the laws. See, this is where we had problems, because that's like the whole, that's like the whole jihad 72 virgins type of thing. We want to take the most extreme examples of inappropriate behavior, and then we generalize and say that that's how it goes. And that's not how it goes, sir. That is not how that goes. I can't allow you to spread that type of rhetoric. It is not okay for a Muslim. First of all, Muslim is not a race. Islam is a religion. So, yes, we do know of cases where if a woman is disrespectful, we know that Islam and Christianity is steeped, and every other religion too, is steeped in patriarchy. We know that. We know that since men wrote the Bible, men wrote the Quran, men wrote the Torah, men wrote every holy book in the world. We know that it's all written and carried out from a male perspective. So there may have been cases where a Muslim father felt disrespected because his daughter was out there doing things that she wasn't supposed to do, disgracing the family or whatever, and he may have murdered her. But that is not sanctioned by any laws of the state, and the laws of that religion do not carry over to the laws of the state. So he'll still be prosecuted. But if the state never finds out about it, it's just like any other murder. So I understand what you mean, but we have to be careful when we start to generalize in that way. Because it's bad enough we think that all Muslims from overseas are on some jihad shit, on some I hate America shit. No, it's just not like that. It's just not like that. And I don't care what country you're talking about, whether you're talking about Afghanistan, whether you're talking about Iraq, whether you're talking about Syria, or if you're talking about Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan or any Islamic state. It's not like, just like we do terribly wicked things here in the United States and get away with it, like the types of things that white supremacist groups have practiced for centuries, and they've gotten away with it. It's not like that for everybody. Everybody isn't like that. You understand Western laws, but you don't have a clue about Sharia law. No, I do have a clue about Sharia law. I'm not saying that I'm versed in it, but I definitely have a clue. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to say what I just said. You said that is their core belief. It is not extreme. Okay. I'll say it is 100% sanctioned by their laws of the state. You are mistaken. I am not generalizing, sir. I am quoting their laws. You're quoting whose laws? Name a state. Name a country where you're talking about. Name it. And we can settle that right here. Name the state. Name the country that you're talking about, and we can settle that right here. We can settle it. Sucre Jatois says Islam considers murder the most heinous crime, especially taking the life of another Muslim. Sounds like a difference of ideology there. Maybe it's a difference in doctrine. Okay. She says, perhaps we shouldn't talk about Islam. There are other topics. You're right. You're right. And I did bring up Islam, talking about the Nation of Islam with Farrakhan versus Malcolm X. But that was to show that there is jealousy inside of places where in the houses of the holy, let's say. So the countries that he gives are Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Jordan, Egypt, to name a few. Okay. How shall we do this? Gosh. So look, all you Muslims, if you want to, if you tired of paying child support or something like that, drag your daughters over to Saudi Arabia, Syria, Jordan, and Afghanistan, and let her call you out of your name or something like that, and you can solve that problem real quick. All praise is due to Allah. All praise is due to Allah. Allahu Akbar. Okay, let's keep it moving. I mean, I was going to go and Google that, but it's a little bit too ridiculous for me, so we're not going to do that. Okay, so when we're talking about the types of jealousy that we'll accept versus the type that we won't accept. Like I said, people who are close to us, who we like, who we love, who we care about, We may accept jealousy from them as long as it doesn't get extreme to the point where it starts to impede on us, where it starts to affect us negatively, where we have to answer questions about it, or where we have to deal with it directly. We may accept it. We may not necessarily like it, but we'll probably accept it until it starts to get out of hand. Until it starts to get out of hand. What's going on? Grits and wavy, wavy and grits. I said grits and wavy, wavy and grits. I said, what's going on, man? Good to see me some of you. Word up. So yeah. Jealousy is one of those things where until it puts the squeeze on you, until it really starts to come to bite you in the ass, you may, we have other words to describe jealousy, like being a hater. But being a hater is one thing. Like, a lot of times we overuse the word hate. Like, oh man, you don't like these new sneakers I got? You hating. No, but they ugly though. Nah, you hating. Like, I don't like a lot of that trap music. Man, that shit don't be making no sense. And I don't like mumble rap either. Oh, you hating. You hating. You hating. Like, no. A lot of young people will call you a hater if you don't like something. Anything that you disagree with when it comes to them, you're a hater. Unfortunately, that has crossed over into some of us middle-aged people too. You hating. I'm like, why are y'all listening to Cardi B? Y'all here quoting Cardi B? You 45, 50 years old. You running around here quoting Cardi B lines? I don't see why y'all hating on Cardi B. She built herself up from nothing. I'm like, yo, the chick is a fucking stripper who made something out of it. She still has that stripper mentality. You want your daughters emulating that? Well, I ain't saying that I want my daughter to be like her, but still, but she did. Call me a hater. You know what I'm saying? So, somebody like me doesn't necessarily want Cardi B to be unsuccessful. I just want better music and to set a better example. I'm not sure if that's asking for too much, but evidently right now it might be. It just might be. All right. So the types of jealousy that we will accept, and the types that we won't accept, the types of jealousy that isn't acceptable. It's not acceptable. Grits and Wavy said, her mom just asked, is he on day and all night? Wow. I tell you, that hour and a half just be killing us. We not even on for an hour and a half during the day. I mean, on the weekdays, but it's okay. Tell your mom we be out of here in about 15 minutes. We good. You know what I'm saying? Tell her to hold on. Like, I don't know why you listen to that bullshit. Robbie Ming says, if you're talking about his daughter, she said, but I love them all the same. Never did I compare them to one another. Oh, my youngest daughter is listening and she is agreeing with you. That's what's up. Shout out to your youngest daughter. And shout out to you too, Vorpal Bite. You know what I mean? No harm, no foul here. One thing that I don't ever want to get caught up with here is people thinking that they can't express themselves or say how they feel about anything. Sure, we may disagree, but that doesn't disqualify you, and it won't disqualify me either, and it shouldn't discourage us from still carrying on a dialogue. We can all learn from each other. That's what we do. So don't feel bad about that. Oh, Vorpal Bite. Wait a minute. So you're a woman? Because I listen, I'm not trying this. So, I'm just trying to figure out. I didn't know if you were, Vorpal I don't recognize that as male or female, but I guess you're a woman based on what you just wrote. She says, does Cardi B know she is disgracing herself? I like to think that she does it for the money. But she said that she's doing it for the money. But even just doing it for the money doesn't disqualify you from disgracing yourself. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? And that when you're doing it for the money is often when you set the worst example. We gotta take care of the babies. We gotta do it for the kids. I'm sure. We gotta do it for them, sure. But it's all good though. There's no way you're going to get from the cradle to the grave without experiencing some kind of jealousy in your life. And that's why we're talking about the types that are acceptable and the types that are not acceptable. Because you're going to get it one way or another. Now, how will you handle it? How personally will you take it? How personally will you take it? How much will it get to you? Okay. Cherry says jealousy is ugly and it's everywhere. Yeah. And some the way that some portray it is uglier than others. It doesn't have the same type of attractiveness to all people. Like I said, we'll accept it from some people. Like, that's my man. He be hating a little bit, he got a little jealousy in him, but he's still a good person overall. That's my girl over there. She definitely jealous. Don't want me talking to nobody. Don't anytime another woman gets within a stone's throw of me, she starts tripping, acting a fool. That's insecurity and jealousy mixed in, and it might be something that we accept because it's one of those things that we think is okay. Right? That's my man or that's my woman. So why would I want anybody to be able to get close to them and do the things with them that we be doing? It can be destructive. Jealousy is never a constructive emotion. It's always destructive, but it may not be as destructive as some people make it out to be. So where with one person, it may have an air of innocence to it. Whereas, listen, I mean, I'll do anything for my girl. I'll do anything for my man. But I don't want nobody else. Like, okay, for example, you may let's say you're married and you find out that your spouse has a work husband or a work wife. And you're like, what the fuck? Oh no, we ain't playing them kind of games. What you mean you got a work husband? No, you don't. You about to get a work divorce. In a minute, you're gonna have to quit that job. Some people may hear that and say, yeah, you kind of right. Be calling nobody else your work, your spouse or whatever. That's not funny. It's not that's disrespectful. That may not be acceptable for a lot of people. For some people, they may just laugh it off. Like, all that really means is that they work together so much that they're around each other as if they were married to each other, but they're not really married. They're not really married to each other. So for some people, they like, no, no way. For other people, they might be able to brush it off. Brush it off, man. I know what I have and I know what I don't have. But there may be some jealousy in it. I ain't gonna front. I'm not really the type of person that considers myself to be jealous. But let me find out that somebody I'm dealing with talking about they got a work husband. I don't know the fuck you don't. That just ended the day. Even if the only thing you ended was you telling me that. I'm the type of man that understands. You ain't gotta tell. Some things don't need to be said. We in a society nowadays where we think we have to put everything on the table. But like, I didn't ask you for total honesty. I told you, I just asked you to answer my questions honestly. All that other shit, I ain't asked for that extra shit. Like this sausage over here is good with the onions, good with the mustard, good with the ketchup, good with the sauerkraut. Why you got relish on there? Well, because we had relish and and I ain't asked for that shit though. And what's this other shit? Some chili. This is with the chili. I ain't asked for that shit though. I ain't want no beans with my shit. I'm good with the hot dog or the sausage, just having the onions. I ain't gotta have the onions. I ain't gotta have the sauerkraut. Make sure I have some mustard on the shit for the hot dog. Now for the sausage, I'm gonna need the mustard. I'm gonna need the ketchup. I'm gonna need that onions and the sauerkraut. I need that. I need that. I like it that way. But no, I don't need no relish. Relish is all right when I'm in the mood for relish, but don't just start adding the relish and I ain't asked for the relish. In other words, don't start bringing up shit. Don't start adding shit up in the pot that they didn't need. Like, yo, the soup was good. Eating the soup. Yo, this shit, yo, you can cook your ass off. This is some good ass soup. Yeah, that shit got pig balls in it. Like, what? Yeah. Yo, what? Why? You said you eat pork? Like, yeah, but I ain't say I wanted to eat pig balls. I meant like the regular good parts of the pig. By the way, I don't eat pork. I'm just just an example. Like, you ain't have to tell me that shit. You saw me enjoying the shit. I didn't ask you about no ingredients. You went straight for the shit that I didn't want to hear. You didn't say like, yeah, I got celery in there. I got radish in there. I got some bell pepper in there. I got some tomato in there. I got some garlic. You ain't say none of that shit. You went straight to the pig balls. Why? Because you knew. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Don't nobody. Like, you're using honesty against me. I don't like it. I quit you. Yeah, I quit you. We don't go to we not boyfriend and girlfriend no more. I quit you. You too dumb to be you too dumb to be in a relationship. Only a dummy would volunteer that information. My mom told me not to mess with nobody dumb. That's you. We can get back together when you start reading more. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, and daughters are jealous of their mothers too. That family jealousy thing, it gets ugly. We don't need no extra separation in the black community. But we'll do anything to separate. And then, just getting back to the whole jealousy thing, you have those of us who are jealous and may accuse somebody else of being jealous. Me and such don't rock together no more because of jealousy. They was jealous. Because of jealousy? Yeah, they were jealous of me. So this didn't have nothing to do with that $3,000 that you borrowed from them and never paid it back, not even a dime? No installments, no nothing? We had problems with jealousy even before that ever came into the picture. Okay. My big sis, my first love, Medita Coleman. What's going on, Ma? It's good to see me some you. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a slippery slope, y'all. It's a slippery slope, and with jealousy, it's going to get ugly. It is one of those things that have absolutely no chance of staying amicable. It won't stay pretty. All right, y'all. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We got to get ready to get on up out of here. We got to get ready to get on out. That's real, and that's no doubt. Give me a shout. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 27th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. My girl Cicely Harris Holly. Happy birthday to you. And also Lisa Bell Clem turning 46 years old today. And Sean Tichy, happy birthday to you. And Thandazo Masoka turning 29 years old today. And go get a Deborah Bryant, happy birthday to you, Ma. And Reflection Cafe Jefferson turning 37 years old today. And Reflection Cafe is actually a bar. It's a little popular bar over there in Nicetown. Happy birthday to you. And my man going all the way back to the 1981. What was it? 1980. 81? That's good. My man Carl Lofton. Happy birthday to you, Carl. And Votis. Okay, wait. Carl was last but not least. All right, I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 27th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, jealousy. Sometimes we accept it. Sometimes we don't accept it. There are going to be forms of acceptable jealousy, even though in your mental state, you may feel that there are no acceptable forms of jealousy. But it's going to be all right one way or another. As long as you try to push the jealous feelings that you have out of the jealous and destructive feelings that you have about things out of your psyche, out of your life, out of your way of living. You know what I mean? You have to watch out for people who don't have your best interests at heart. And when you're talking about people who are jealous of you or around you, that good that they may have in them could quickly cross over into the negative realm, and it can become destructive. Real destructive, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to have the most beautiful Saturday that you can have. That's my word. I want the whole, not the half. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. If you haven't shared the show yet, make sure you share the show. If you haven't pushed the like button yet, make sure that you push the like button. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We will not have an Urban Therapy with Sun show tomorrow. Crazy work schedule this weekend. So this is going to be a one-day thing for this weekend. Things should return back to normal next weekend. But for this here weekend, yeah, we ain't going to be able to squeeze it in tomorrow. No way, unless we did the show like super early. And I'm not doing that. So with that being said, I want y'all to have a super spectacular, extremely stupendous and sensational Saturday. Be safe. Do y'all thing. Listen, Although many of y'all may have received the vaccine and all of that, this whole pandemic thing is not finished. So still, please protect yourself, protect others from yourself, and wear your PPE until it's really safe. Not just until motherfuckers just get tired of doing it. We already did that. So be careful. Very, very careful. I'm gonna get you there if you're very careful. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get Blog Talk out of there. Peace to you, Vorpal Bite. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate me some you. Peace. And then for my Instagrammers, I get back with y'all. Peace to Crazy Toi and all y'all. Peace. All right. And for my go-getters, I'm sorry. For my urban therapy was Son Fam. You can go bye-bye. Go bye.